Hello and welcome to Quarantini. I'm Dr. Eric Servini. Happy Easter and happy Passover if you celebrate those holidays. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that the Easter Bunny broke into my apartment on Saturday night and stole the Easter eggs that I had left in the refrigerator. And my boyfriend and I, we woke up to find the Easter eggs hidden throughout the apartment, which was actually really terrifying. Thankfully, we found them all. They're starting to smell a little bit. So please send your thoughts and prayers for our safety from that creature during this trying time. Anyway, before we go any further, I have a sip of history for you all. Today is April 13th, and exactly 30 years ago, on April 13th, 1990, an organization called Queer Nation staged its very first direct action. Queer Nation was founded in March 1990 by 60 members of ACT UP, which we talked about before. It's the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. And in the spring of 1990, New York City was experiencing a 120% surge in anti-gay violence. And the ACT UP activists decided to take matters into their own hands. And continuing in the tradition of zaps, or surprise spectacles that forced the public's attention, the new organization decided to increase LGBT visibility through actions that would, in their words, mystify, terrify, and enchant. And so on the evening of April 13th, 1990, Queer Nation staged its very first action. A group of activists entered a straight bar called Flutie's in the South Street Seaport in New York City. And they did it to make a point. Queers belonged everywhere, not just in their own bars and neighborhoods. They had just as much right to be in a straight bar. 2 weeks after this action, a pipe bomb exploded at a Village gay bar, injuring 3 people. And Queer Nation mobilized 1,000 people within hours of the bombing, an incredible feat in the days before iPhones and before texting. And marchers carried a sign that said, "Dykes and fags bash back." And eventually, Queer Nation became known for another slogan that you may have heard before. It's since caught on. It goes, "We're here, we're queer, get used to it." And so Queer Nation went dormant after a few years. As you know, ACT UP also had some major success in the mid-1990s. And it made a resurgence in 2014, protesting the Sochi Olympics and the anti-gay policies of Russia. And so if you want to learn more about Queer Nation, check out their incredible manifesto and my conversation with Professor Brianne Foz from April 8th. We talk about some of their incredible language in that manifesto, and you can see both of those things, the interview and the manifesto itself, at quarantini.lgbt. That was your sip of history for today, April 13th, 2020. And now a few announcements. Tomorrow, we will be discussing chapters 1 through 3 of Under the Rainbow by Celia Lasky. It is a super fast read and so much fun. So if you haven't already, get the book immediately. You can get it on Kindle right away. You can read it even on your computer if you don't have one. Or if you want to support local bookshops, go to bookshop.org. Then you can respond to our very first discussion question directly on quarantini.lgbt. Just click discussion number 1. And tomorrow I'll be quoting from those. So if you want to be included in the discussion, go check out quarantini.lgbt. We also have a very exciting guest lined up for Thursday, so stay tuned. I cannot wait to share it with you. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm Dr. Eric Servini. Thank you so much for joining Quarantini.